Welcome back to my channel, Bring Peace into Your Life. Today I would like to talk about some other things that I've learned in life and that I feel are really important. So really life lessons. So walking away from drama is one thing I've really learned in my life that is really, really important. And this links into what I said on my other video about bringing peace into your life. I don't want drama in my life. Drama is chaotic. It is draining and debilitating, and you get into situations that you don't want to get into. Quite often when there is drama going on, it's not your fight, and it really actually puts me off being around people who have a lot of drama in their life or are in drama cycles, because it's just not for me. And I think the older I get, I know I'm talking like I'm ancient, I'm only 45, but the older I get, the more I realise that that is not part of my life. It's not something I want. I've experienced drama in my late teens, early 20s. I've had friendships that were very dramatic, people that were very dramatic, and that just drew drama to them and drew chaos to them. And looking back, I wonder how I actually survived being in that situation. And now when I think about it, it just makes me feel exhausted. It's just not something I want in my life. And I'm really glad that I've got to a part in my life where I've matured, and I just don't want that anymore. And I've actually don't have connections with those people anymore, which I think is really important for my mental health and well-being. And also, especially now I've got a family, it's just not something that I want to be part of. Something else I want to talk about is actually living your life. So it's really important not to just exist. It's important to live. It's important to have experiences. I've had times in my life where life has felt like a trudge. It's just work, after work, sort things out, get to bed, go to work the next day. And it's just, you're just on a treadmill. And I've realised that that's really not healthy. It's not a healthy way to be. So for me, what I do is I plan things with my family, with my kids. I plan things with my friends. I have things in the diary to look forward to. And it's really important for me to do that so that I'm actually living my life and I'm not just existing. And I think quite often when I talk to clients who are highly anxious or who are depressed, they're really just existing. They're just doing what they can to actually get through life. And when you don't have things to look forward to, when you don't have plans, when you don't have things that are going to bring some joy into your life, it can be very difficult because you feel like you're very stuck and really kind of like trudging through mud. And I always talk to clients about connecting with people, keeping connections alive, because that's what then makes you able to live your life and express yourself and be and do things. And I think that's something that's really, really important. Another thing that I've found in my life is that grudges and grievances are not important. I think you need to forget things like that. So if you have had a difficulty with someone in your life, if you have had someone treat you not very nicely or not very kindly, it's difficult, yes, and it's not great. And I'm not saying that you excuse the behaviour, but holding on to grudges and grievances actually just affects you. It affects you, it makes you overthink, it makes you worry about things, it makes you quite often have difficulty to switch off because you're catastrophizing and you're in like an anxiety cycle. So what I would say is letting go of that is really, really important. And as I say, it's not about letting the person off, but it's about letting go of it so that it doesn't eat you up inside and keep going for you, because it's really not healthy. That then for me leads on to connections with people. So if people want to do stuff with you, if they want to see you, they would. I've had many friendships over the years that I've been here, that I've been alive, that sometimes I make more of an effort than the other person. And sometimes that feels okay. And I don't do things in a friendship to receive. I don't give things to receive. It doesn't have to be fully reciprocal. But what I found is that there's been relationships in my life where I'm the only one that reaches out. I'm the only one that makes an effort to plan things. And if I do that, the person will show up. But it's like I'm always the one that has to be reaching out. And I've realised that actually what I want moving forward, especially in 2026, coming into a new year, what I want moving forward is reciprocal friendships. I don't want to be chasing anybody. I don't want to be pushing for contact with someone. If you want to be in my life, you know where I am. My number's not changed, my address hasn't changed. And I don't really want to be chasing anybody anymore. So what I would say is really important is if they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to see you, they would come and see you. If they wanted to reach out, they would send a text, they would phone. And it's important to look at that when you're looking at your value. I value myself and I value what I can bring to a friendship. And if someone doesn't value that and doesn't want to be in relationship with me, then that's fine. Some people are in our lives for a short period of time. Some people are in our lives for chapters of our lives, and they will be there for a regular basis because they are genuinely people who want to connect with you and want to be in your life. And I have people like that, and I'm nurturing those friendships, and I'm really making sure that in this new year that I keep those friendships going and really make sure I'm nurturing them as much as possible. But the friendships that I want to nurture are the reciprocal ones, are the ones that I am nurtured by that other person, and it's not just me putting in all the effort. And I think that's really important. You don't need 100 friends, you don't need 50 friends. You need friends that are there. You need friends that are consistent, and you need friends that you know you can rely on and turn to. And that's really important. And that's something that I've learned in my life, that good friendships and really valuable friendships are more important than the amount of friendships you have. I don't have to have lots of friends, but the friends I do have, I choose, and they choose me. And that's really important. And it's actually more valuable than having lots of friendships that aren't reciprocal, because it's just they're not filling your cup. You're filling their cup and they're taking, and that's not helpful. Life is really short, and it's important to make the most of it. And it's also important to take care of yourself as much as possible. So, taking care of your body is really important. It's really, really important to do that. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best at this. I try, and I try a lot to do this. I have lost weight recently. I put a little bit on at Christmas, so I'll hold my hands up, which is absolutely fine. That's something that happens. But taking care of your body is just as important about taking care of your mind. So it's a two-pronged attack. It's really important to nourish your body, to get enough sleep, to hydrate, to make sure that you are trying to be nutritious when you're deciding what you're going to eat in your meals. And if you can, get some exercise, whatever helps you. Walk. I really like walking. I'm not a massive gym person, although I like going to classes at the gym, which I do. But walking's great, getting out into the countryside, getting out for some exercise, and really looking after your body, because you only get one body. You only get one body in one life, and life's short. And if you don't take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, it's going to be harder to actually live your life and be happy and function in the way that you would want to do. So I think really taking care of yourself is really, really important. And it's about fun. At the end of the day, it's about fun. It's about life. It's about fun. It's about living. It's about bringing peace into your life. It's about having a happy life. It's about sharing your smile with others. If you see someone walking along the street and you see someone smile, it doesn't cost anything. I quite like, there's one of the local parks I go to for a walk is lovely, because when you're walking through the park, people smile and say hello when they walk past, or they say good morning, or they say hi, or they just give you a smile and a nod. And there's something so nice about that that I think we've lost in this digital age, that we don't really interact with people like that. And I think it's really important to get out there, be who you are, be genuine. And when you are doing that, you attract genuine people, and it really makes you feel happy because you're being yourself. And I think that's one of the important things is be yourself. Be yourself, be true to yourself, and be true to who you are and your values and your morals, and instill that in your family as well. I think that's really, really important. I hope having an insight into some of the stuff I've learned in my life, and some of the stuff that I'd like to pass on to other people and help other people with, I hope that's really helped. If you have any comments about what you've learned in your life and what you think is important to carry in life and important to help you have a good life, then please share. And I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for listening to my videos, and I will see you in the next one.